Yeah. All right. Welcome. I know. Welcome, everybody, to Making Pax Stereo TV, the show that's the behind-the-scenes weekly reality show where you see Victor Allen and myself get together to go over some of the regular issues that are part of managing, creating, developing an internet television channel. This show grew out of the request of some of our friends who wanted to see and hear some of the behind-the-scene things. And so we get together weekly to discuss some of the stuff that's going on, hence Making Pax Stereo TV. It's the unscripted show where we talk about the issues that are facing running our current network as it stands. So, Vic, the big issue we were talking about is the fact that we know we're changing up our programming. And we told everybody, see if everyone can understand this. For the longest, because we at Pax Stereo have been doing this work with our other work. Just like many of you, we would have two jobs. And because we were doing multiple things, we had certain limitations in terms of when we had to do things. For the most part, since we began, our weekly programming has been shot in the morning. We had a time in the past where we did evening recording, but we were never live streaming back then. It didn't really exist in that form. And so now we are in 2015, at the end of 2015. And the question is, how do we want to do things? Well, we decided, I talked to Vic, one of the things I wanted to do was to make a push for more of a local connection. And one of the ways that you do that is to do more of your broadcasting in what they call prime time hours. That's like 7 to 11. And so in order to reach out to people here in Los Angeles after their jobs, after their homes settled in, and also really when you think about it, people on the West Coast, even in the United States, this allows you to hit those audiences more effectively with evening programming. That's why it was always called prime time by the major networks. So now this allows Victor and I to develop programming that we know we're going to be there interacting with the community. We're going to make an attempt to be there live interacting with the community 5 days a week, live two-way communication here at Pax Stereo TV. And we're talking about the ways to best do that. Okay? And again, it allows us, because people are after work, they're home. In theory, it allows you to connect with them when they're available. They'll be able to get on their computers, their smart TVs, all those things, their phones, their smart devices, connect with us here at Pax Stereo for some after-hours relief.
True.
And that's the theory. There's no more deep than that. Now, what the challenge, Victor and I, we were just acknowledging, we don't have programming set for those days yet. That's what we really are saying. We know if we're going to do the Quiet Storms, are going to be moved to Friday. The Quiet Storm, our Tuesday night triple banger, which includes the DJ Miko pre-show at 7, the Quiet Storm show, and then I, Victor. We're going to try to move that whole package to Fridays. Then we're going to do what used to be the morning coffee show will be done as evening cocktail Mondays. And then that leaves us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays to do some different kinds of programming, which we intend to go out a lot. Some will be here at the studio. We're going to allow ourselves some flexibility. Also, there's the idea that we may go out during the days and capture certain broadcasts, come back and package that for rebroadcast that night, with us presenting it to you in and maybe in an interactive way. So we're working on ways to do that are most effective. Again, because what we're trying to do is impact the community with our live presence on a regular basis. It's ambitious. It sounds like we couldn't say we went 24/7, right? We couldn't say that.
That still was harder. 24/7 was still harder than what we're attempting to do now, because I dare anybody to say make a 24-hour broadcast interesting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 12 months out of the year. How do you do that and sustain relevant content versus just putting anything in there? And dynamically, things have to change because the eye of content now, if you're not a filmmaker, if you're not in TV in traditional formats, is that people are really tuned into what you do, and not necessarily do you have to be in the industry. So, as interesting as it may seem, probably people have can't wrap their hands around what you've built here, Mario, but they can easily wrap their hands around what you do day to day that they could relate with, and you may find that to be more interesting in developing unique programs.
I totally agree with you, and I think that's going to be the key. They're going to like that. And Vic, I think the part that really works is that the more I think about it, once we decide to focus ourselves on packaging brief messages that are Twitter based. In other words, Twitter-based messages that have the video, the descriptions, all the stuff. Once we actually focus on doing that, I just think we're going to end up doing an exceptional job of it. That's what I think, and we're going to get it really down what we want out of it, and then tying that into the broadcast. Again, Vic and I you guys think about it. We need the broadcast machine to be instantly connected to the tweets, to the Meerkat postings, and everything we're doing. We need the broadcast machine to be more connected to those things and have that content being adjusted and tied in dynamically. Now, how do we do that? Well, Vic and I agreed that starting this Wednesday, we're going to have a 5 to 7 period, 5 to 7 p.m. It'll be Mondays through Fridays for me, but it's when I come in here to the studio and go over that evening's programming to make sure everything is lined up correctly. And so initially it's not going to take 2 hours. Vic and I will probably do it together. The truth is it'll probably take like 20 minutes or something.
Right.
But the point is that I go on to work on other stuff.
Right.
It's just that I'm out here. That's what I'm saying for me. I'm out here 5 to 7 getting ready for the pre-show at 7. And I could be doing everything from packaging stuff from that day to catching up on other work. Whatever we're going to see. I'm just trying to keep as a way of living, I'm keeping myself free from morning all the way till 5 o'clock, almost every day, right? So even though Vic and I make some excursions during those times, it's just the fact that we have that flexibility. Mm-hmm. It's just built in. And so for me, this is not a gift so much for Vic, even though he would connect with me during this time, it's for me to be available to make adjustments. Mm-hmm. Theoretically, he could be coming to me saying, hey, I tweeted on this today, so I'm going to do a quick follow-up video thing, or we're going to do whatever. We're going to use the time, whatever we see fit, to support the daily programming, which will be some combination of a video tweet, a message that goes out that includes a video that we can move across multiple platforms. That means our own broadcast platform, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of those have it all integrated, right? Mm. And that's for multiple things. And then tied into our broadcast in ways that we can be updating it daily, right? I'll be moving this stuff in and out daily, right, Vic? Mm-hmm. And sometimes more than once a day, maybe. It might even go out. I may put it in at 5 o'clock in the evening with you and take it out in the morning, right? It may be we may have it so that we know I'm going to take it out at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning.
Right.
As part of an early morning adjustment that could take minutes.
Right.
Again, to give you more. What are we trying to do? We're attempting to give you more dynamic programming, so we have to live with the machine on another level again, right? Kind of thing. Yeah. That's what we're saying, right?
Yeah, we gotta. So even more so than that, in a world now that doesn't necessarily recognize the brick and mortar standard as much. People say now your devices now don't limit you to being within your own Wi-Fi district. They have figured out a way to say you inherently benefit from Wi-Fi, but your cell phone is still a phone first, and it's going to act in the capacity of a phone. We're now bridging these apps So you can take you wherever you go and experience something that you may find that people just love you for. And then again, you may get the wake-up call and find out that you're boring as hell. But what we're doing is going to have a protocol and a process for delivering that content to you, because we have a 24-hour broadcast. It would be different if we didn't have this, but we have it. So it has to be filtered in. And the process and how long it takes to do a process of transferring content, video streaming, and of course, for you guys, it'll be on demand. How effective and how much can we do easily while scaling the amount of programming, increasing the amount of programming?
We don't really know, right? It's kind of fun because I'm not going to stress it at all, right? I'm going to try to make us happy, thereby you guys happy.
Right.
And then Vic and I are going to see what it is. That's the way we do it. We're not going to kill ourselves with this.
Right.
Vic is already talking about, he came into the meeting tonight talking about the fact that he's finding episodes that we've already done and finding ways to repost them because people need to know and see some of these episodes. And so it's all about integrating that.
Right. Yep.
All of our archive programming, how are we going to showcase that? And what I'm trying to do is listen carefully to everything that he's doing. I'm trying to listen very carefully to everything he's doing and figure out a way to tie the... See, I got to listen to what he says and figure out a way how to take it technically and tie it into the machine. And the one good thing that Vic and I can say is that no matter what we do, almost no matter what task we do, it never takes an hour.
Right.
So what we're working to do, we're kind of, people say you got to be, I said, no, we're kind of blessed. We've done enough work that when we talk about taking a segment, that when we go out, editing that, even shooting some additional commentaries that then get edited in. Even if we get to the end and say, oh, we need one more little piece where we say this. Okay, da-da-da-da. That we know that we could do all of that, and it almost never takes us half an hour. So no matter what we do, I try to tell myself, if I allow X amount of time, usually an hour, okay, and if you want to be extra generous, allow yourself 90 minutes to 2 hours then. Okay, but then if Vic and I talk about those kind of expectations, then it's a different job. And maybe we will make it 2 hours because we'll go over the post and debate it and go back. I don't know. But the point is that this is what we're looking at. And we're saying we can bring a different level of programming to you guys with this kind of attention to detail.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's looking like.
Yep.
Okay, so Vic, we got that starting Wednesday. Also, we agreed that we're going to continue the Quiet Storm as is. The Quiet Storm Tuesday night triple banger night. We're going to continue that all the way through the 29th. That's what we said. The 28th, we're going to do 12/8, 12/15, 12/22, and 12/29. And then it will return the following Friday.
It's the 8th, right?
I think it's the 8th.
The 8th. So it's a break. It'll miss the following Tuesday and roll into
the following
Friday. So it should be an 8. What about an 8 day?
It's the 8th.
It's the 8th. Okay.
The 8th.
Got it.
Okay. I put that. And that's 1/8 Friday. Okay. So we agree. We went through the stuff again just to rethink it, and we came up with the same. We didn't change anything. It's like this. We already saw. So I know. Just want to question it one more time. And so we're going to now do. We know we're going to do a Christmas Eve and a New Year's Eve program. We just don't know how much.
Right.
And we're leaving ourselves some flexibility.
Right.
If something should come up, but that we always have that.
It will be holiday.
Right. If something came up that was wonderful, wouldn't we give you just more stuff from out at the wonderful thing?
Yeah.
It would be what Vic and I are talking about now. How do we go out live? And while we're out live, interact with the broadcast stream. I'm totally on top of that. We're working on it, okay? And we're also going to try to always have the integration with Meerkat and Periscope as we go. Okay, that's good. So we got that. That's clear. Okay? So that's the main thing that we've been talking about. Candace Renee Rice we're going to have a meeting with her about her stuff and that we're doing. And we got a new backup camera. The other camera is in the shop. And so what happened is, Vic, just so you know, these cameras actually dropped in price. When you go look at the YouTube videos on this, they're talking about $650 for this. costs.
Right.
We paid $390.
Okay.
So just so everybody can understand, this is the Nikon D3200 camera, digital single lens reflex. And so we've been shooting with the other Nikon. I forgot what model I meant to look at.
3100.
It's the 3100?
Yeah.
So Vic said it's the 3100, so it's the model right underneath that, which I actually spent 5 something for.
Okay.
So it's come down in price again. This is now, again, these are excellent quality. I think the lenses are interchangeable. We're going to find out about stuff. But theoretically, now we have 2 cameras. Now, why is that important? Because believe it or not, Victor's become a photographer, and I still take pictures.
I don't know if I've become
Victor's
that.
become a photographer, and I take pictures. See, that's what I'm saying is that.
I don't know.
That's not all of mine, because I have some that I liked.
Right.
So anyway, but the point of being is me to focus on stuff too, because we needed to sometimes get those other captures. And I wanted to learn to use this in an expert way, even to use it to capture Victor, see short pieces of videos.
Right.
The exact same things we talked about needing for Instagram. To start doing all that stuff within the camera, learn to do it to the nth degree. And then we have the other one that when it comes back does essentially the same thing.
Right.
So now because of what happens with us, when the camera went out last week, we ended up taking pictures of Candace with the phone. And we're still working on the workflows to get all that in together.
And remain the quality, that quality that's transferred, which I've learned sometimes it's not what you see. And sometimes, depending what app is transferring, you want that direct transfer to retain the quality of the photos. So, yes, I love the experience right now.
I mean, that's part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Here we go, Vic. See, and I'm about to set and program this other rapid. I'm gonna learn how to do everything on the camera. I was supposed to learn it on the other one. Vic and I just want to at least be able. I just want to at least be able to augment what Vic is doing, and also to be able to get good representation shots of Vic at his craft. The one specific task I feel like I have is to capture Vic doing his task. I have to capture him doing what he's doing. And then ultimately we'll try to get the girls too.
Right.
With the work the camera too. But at least in the beginning I'll be there trying to capture him. And now that because we have 2 good cameras, we're going to try to see that we're kind of a level of what we can do. Right. And also again the video shorts, right? The 15. We're going to try to become experts at the 15-second video. Okay, how's that? And even some of the other short forms that we need. Mm-hmm. Okay? All right, so that's it. Making Pax Stereo this week. Holiday programming coming up. We don't know, again, the titles this week for the Tuesday Night Triple Banger. We just know that it is continuing, as we said, on our ongoing schedule. Remember, new stuff coming up. Shifting to the nighttime programming. Going to be going after LA's local market. Are you going to be there with us at night, Monday through Friday? That's going to be interesting. Vic and I, these are some crazy stuff. Who would have thought we would try any of this? Who would have thought we would have a 24-hour broadcast machine? And now we're about to try to go after the local people, Monday through Fridays, here in Los Angeles, prime time. Wow. I'm Mara Hemsley. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Making Pax Stereo.